Hey everyone. Hey, welcome to the Son of Lights Out Debates, where we dare to debate. And hey, it's kind of an impromptu show today. It was kind of made up for last time where we didn't do a show on Sunday because we were busy and there's a lot going on into it. But we'll try to get something going here from now on. But this will be a little bit different today because it was, like I said, it was impromptu, and I just kind of want to discuss what we got upcoming. That means NBA season, it's right around the corner. Already seen some preseason action. Talk about that. We'll get into some early game predictions here. Okay. And yeah, King Speech right now, man. Hey, I'm going to drop the link right away. Okay. So no one has to wait. And we'll go from there. Okay. So let me do this here. And then also, oh man, we're just, you know what? The heart of every good show is going to be us taking on just terrible narratives and debunking the hell out of them. Okay. Which is what I love to do. I know you love it. Okay. It's what the brand is all about. So we're going to go ahead and do that today. And shout out to also my guy, Armani Vis, if I'm saying that correctly, out here doing the Lord's work, actively taking bad arguments and terrible narratives propounded by guys like Lamont, Go James Kingdom, all these guys who kind of squander their knowledge, unfortunately, and use it to do one thing only, which is hype up and overrate LeBron James and discredit Michael Jordan. When in fact we don't need to do that. Okay, and that's unfortunate. But he's out here calling him out, breaking on the tape, bringing the receipts, which is awesome. Okay. Um, so with that being said, we'll talk. I'll bring up guy King Speech here. What up, bro? How's it going,
What,
man?
what's good, man? How you doing, Travis? What's going
Dude,
on?
good
Happy.
man. Hey, sorry I missed the your preview show yesterday. That looked like it was fire. It was a little bit busy,
It
unfortunately, but how'd
was,
that go?
it was cool. We had a real good show, man. We talked hoops. It wasn't no,
Yeah.
it was a show we could just really like because I broke down the seven teams I think are contenders, and I invited anybody else to let me know if you think anybody else is legitimate contenders.
The
Again,
Lakers
this is
number one.
yeah, the Lakers were number one.
Of course.
According to some people, they're gonna beat OKC in four because
Oh yeah.
apparently Shy can't beat Luca because of what happened 2 years ago. So
Oh, okay. And DeAndre Ayton is Shaq, right?
yeah, yep. Austin Reeves and new Pistol Pete. I mean,
Oh,
my God.
definitely. No, 100%. No, I mean I want to do that too because did you guys preview each division or was it just one?
Well, I did the divisions already, like show by show.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
did a division show by show prior, but yeah, I just think so. This one, I just kind of broke down the contenders and like try to take a deeper dive into the roster and everything like that. So
Awesome.
you know,
Uh no, that's a good thing. And I think that this has actually been a great season. I think we've all made our predictions. Looking forward to the draft, man. Sunday, right?
yeah, man. Yeah, I got a draft coming up in 15 minutes. I'll hang around because I got the first pick, and yeah, I'm going to take Cooper Flag. So it's a keeper draft where I have six guys already from my previous team. Like so, like Giannis is my star player. So, but yeah, Sunday we got the draft. Again,
Mm-hmm.
we got a lot of content creators out there. So that should be fun. Go, your former bosses, FYF and Johnny are in the league, so it's a good way to keep good way for us to be competitive because that's our challenge. I say you guys, some of you guys, y'all do the Jordan content. I want to know that you know the league this currently in there. I want to know that deep into these rosters that you can put a team together that's better than my fantasy team, and that's just the way it goes. So
Right?
don't
I would ask
forget.
you all these guys, like, what do they know about the current league other than they think that it means LeBron's the GOAT? That's all they say.
Yeah,
Right.
so 3 Eastern, yeah, 3 Eastern. I think will be noon your time. You will get your draft order. So from there you start queuing your players and get your draft strategy. You know what I'm saying?
Deal. Awesome. Um, one thing I wanted to talk about really fast is that obviously I'm sure you've seen his videos, but our guy Armani.
Oh yeah, me and Amani chop it up, real cool. He's actually got a live tomorrow. That he's probably gonna invite me on.
Oh
So
man, throw
yeah,
your
man.
boy, throw your boy an invite.
Oh yeah, no doubt. I'll let you know. Last Saturday we went live, and again he was addressing everything. He chopping up your guys. They and apparently they got Johnny and them is going at it with a TikToker, a 17-year. I've been on a couple of his TikTok lives. He's doing reaction, and they're getting a little. They're getting a little.
Make it
You know,
rattle.
they're getting a little rattled about being reacted to. I'm like, this is part for the course. You guys react.
Yeah.
Reaction content is where that's the thing. That's the thing when I say, if you speak, we all as content creators, we go on here, we make our takes. It is what it is. Like you're gonna get critic. You're gonna get critic. If you're criticizing Jordan nonstop, if you're criticizing whatever it is in your content, stand by it. Why are you shook about reaction? I don't know exactly what the issue is. I know Amani is going at. And when you say things like Jordan never did so and so, and then you look at it, Jordan did it twice. Jordan never did this, Jordan never did that, and you put it in a book and you go out and see that Jordan did it, you have to retract. You wrote
Get
it in a book.
exposed. Yeah.
And
Yeah,
that's
I
the
saw
thing.
that. That was great.
As a content creator, I'll say some things, I'll misspeak, I'll misremember a fact. That's what, if I'm wrong, call me out. And you know what? I'm man enough to say, oh, you know what? I'm wrong. I was wrong. I misremembered it. Bro, I do everything off the dome, man. So, it's easy to have a computer in front of you.
Yeah.
And let's keep it real. We all know the little tactic. I've seen Lamont sit there and just make up stuff on the fly that he's not reading off the computer. And people are like, really, people are really starting to notice that. I'm like, bro, I see him. He'll start to. I knew this when he came on my live the last time, and we were comparing Joker stats, like the last 5 years of Joker, right? The last 5 years of Joker is probably the best 5 years in NBA history.
Agreed.
Statistically, is just, he's become number one in PER based on it, pretty much the last 5 years. And it's like, yes, he has 5 seasons over 30 PER. Jordan only had 4. So that goes to show you, like, his stats are just off the charts. And, it was, yeah. So it's like Lamont knew that. So he's like, well, why don't you compare to Magic? And I'm like, okay. I did the stats because it's real easy to do. You just click 5 years on Basketball Reference. You click 5 years consecutively, and then it'll show you the total stats in the 5 years, right? Once you finish clicking, finish like tabulating the stats I wrote down, and he was reading off stats. He was just taking points off Magic. Good night. Points off Magic, taking assists off Magic. And I'm like, bro, why do you got to do that? Just read the stats as you see them.
Yeah. Well, no. Obviously, I think that his game is a lot like Magic, right? In some ways, because he's a fantastic facilitator. He has that great court vision. He's great inside. Obviously, Jokic is a better shooter, but they have very, very good similarities in their game, and they're both like floor lifters, right?
Yeah. And the crazy part is, right, and I always say this: don't use stats to make your point. Make your point, and then use that, and then find the stats to support your point. So, like, okay,
Yeah.
I've made this. I said, but before looking at the stats, I said the Joker's past 5 years since the bubble has been better than any part of than like LeBron in his prime. You can put the numbers up there. You can put the accomplishments, achievement, and all that. The Joker's last 5 years is just like an all-time 5 years, and it's just you like it or not. And then I go and look at the numbers, and it just like the guy shooting 59% over the past 5 seasons. 59%.
Yeah, what, like 38% from three? Some crazy
38% from three, 83, something like that from the line.
Mm-hmm.
And then you're looking at 26, 11, and 8. Almost 9.
Yeah,
I mean, you can't beat that with a bat, man.
can't really
It
beat
just
it.
is what it is.
And he's gonna win MVP probably this year. We'll see.
I think it's his MVP to lose. So
It really
you know,
is.
really, I mean, look, if he's going to put up the numbers, you already know that. If the Nuggets get like 55 plus wins, it's almost a lot because I think that was the only issue is that they did not finish in a top
Hmm.
five last year,
Yeah, definitely
and
not.
again, you know, I think that was the one issue. So
Yeah,
yeah,
otherwise, I mean, it's no, I mean, I think it's going to be a fantastic season, and I think there's a lot of what ifs, right? Like, I think the Mavericks will be really good if they're healthy. But that's a huge if. You know,
hmm
you got a bunch of players. Then, I mean, I think we agreed, you and I agreed that it's probably going to be Magic and Knicks in the Eastern Conference Finals or something like
yeah,
that. Maybe
yeah.
Cleveland.
I trust the Magic more than I trust the Cavs. See, and the
Yeah,
Cavs have a very talented roster, but there's something a little bit of an unachieving vibe with these guys. You know what I mean? They're a
yeah,
little bit. They're a little bit a bit of underachievers, and you know until they get to a conference finals, I was like, if you tell me that the Cavs get through the first two rounds with a like 8-2, 8-3 record, like say one series, the first series they win in four, or even if they sweep the first series and then win a 7 game barn burner, then I can
yeah,
say okay. But the Cavs have not been. This team has been together for a while, 3-4 years, right? They traded for Spider in the same year. Knicks got Brunson, right? So 3 years, and they've not been to a conference final. So until they do that, I'm just gonna have my doubts about the Cavs.
that's fair. I mean, I thought they would have won if they were completely healthy last year, but they still blew that lead. And I mean, they were kind of underachieved, but I think they'll be better this year. We'll see. But I think Wemby takes home the DPOY this year if he plays the requisite amount of games.
It's a great rookie class.
Yeah,
Between El Bailey, Edgecombe. I mean, Dylan Harper is just one of multiple guards that San
yeah.
Antonio has. So really just that young core of guards led by the Fox. Like Fox is pretty. They can do a lot of things. I mean, they have a very interchangeable roster in basically with an Eiffel Tower. I mean, they
Oh
have.
yeah,
I
such a
mean,
versatile tower, and I think we both agree that LeBron's gonna take home MVP number 5 this year. Like we have him.
oh yeah. Yeah, the sciatica. I mean, that's what it
Yeah,
is,
he's
man.
he's already
That
missing
right
what
there
2
made me the
weeks.
goat. He overcame sciatica, so that right there made him the goat.
He overcame the air conditioning, so he's the goat for that.
Ooh, boy, yeah. But yeah, it's some good narratives, man. I mean,
No,
I
there
think
is.
Boston's going to be an interesting team. You see Embiid playing tonight. I guess the Sixers. See, I say this about the Sixers. If Embiid plays, the Sixers the Sixers are a whole different team. Of course, that's the thing.
Yes, yes.
Will Embiid play? Shout out to GoCast in the chat.
Hocast is
Um,
Spurs in 4.
hey man,
Maybe.
I'm rooting for. Hey, I got money. I got money. I got money knocking the Lakers out. So if the Spurs are good, I'm rooting for all those teams. All those teams that. I mean, the idea that the Lakers are going to be a top 4 seed, I just don't. Again, I've already said it. The
It's
roster.
skinny Luca for MVP though.
Yeah, well, again, it depends. You gotta again, you gotta win games. We all know the narrative. Look,
That's
a lot of
true.
guys are gonna have great stats. This is
Hmm.
the thing. People think it's all about stats. It's like, did y'all forget that I mean, yes, you got another season I mean, statistically, SGA rivaled Jordan's best years. So
Yeah.
when you do that and when you win 68 games, the MVP narrative is already written out. And we still have debates that Joker got robbed. I'm like, no, he didn't. I mean, if the Nuggets won more games, the Nuggets were a little bit more competitive in the regular season, and you saw that they were competitive in the playoffs. They won a classic 7 game series with them guys. But if the
Yeah.
if the Joker the MVP is a regular season award. It's a regular season narrative award. So at the end of the day, it's never going to be the same. People keep saying the criteria is moved. They move the goalposts. No, it's just the best narrative. In OKC, remember OKC 3 years ago were a lottery team. So
Yeah.
that's
And I
a
mean, it
great
looks
narrative.
better because they ended up winning the title, right? And so, like, it
Yeah, of
wasn't
course.
like, oh, Well, I mean, you're right though. Like that, they had by far, and this is the narrative all season, right? Is that they did have the best roster, right? Led by the best player, arguably, and like, but they were so deep, right? Like everyone can kill you, everyone could defend, everyone could shoot, came through clutch, and hey, what they did what they needed to do. They rose to every challenge. I mean, they didn't fold. And obviously, there was a couple challenges along the way. Like the Nuggets took them to 7 with like just your boy, and I think they have a better team this year. But I don't think Thunder will come. I mean, I could be wrong. They kept a lot of their squad, right? Most of it, and
Well, they with everybody, yeah.
yeah, I think the only team that's gonna have words for them probably will be the Nuggets. I mean, maybe Houston. We'll see how. Well, Houston's the biggest question mark in the NBA, I think, this year. One of them, right?
Yeah,
Possibly.
yeah. Well, I like the kid Reed Shepard. I like
Yeah.
the kid Reed Shepard. He's gonna try to step. I think they're gonna do their playmaking because Reed Shepard might not be a quintessential point guard, so
Yeah.
he's gonna step into the starting role. But between Amen, Kevin Durant, and Reed, plus Sengun is a good facilitator. So you got 4 guys that can all get 5 to 6 assists, a night.
No, absolutely. And like they have Capella, Steven Adams. Yeah, I mean they have. I mean that's a very balanced, good defensive team. Dorian Finney-Smith. I mean, people who can spell Durant. I mean, singing. So I mean, it's like it is every year though. It's going to be about health, right? Who's healthy, who's not going into the home stretch. Pretty much.
And yeah, you got to have the roster top to bottom built for injuries because injuries are going to happen.
Yeah.
The idea that everybody's going to play 82 games, that just doesn't happen anymore. Somebody's going to push something, strain something, get have a certain amount of games of rest.
Yeah.
Still off on the back to backs. You know what I mean? You're gonna have a lot of that going on. So expect a lot of the unexpected, and that's what I'm saying. I look at rosters for depth purposes. Like if what do again? Embiid is playing tonight. Embiid will probably and knowing Embiid in his knee history, then even let's just say he doesn't have a recurrent issue. They're just not going to play him back to back. So okay, Embiid will play 70-some games. What are they doing in 12 or 13 games that he don't play? And because again, you see that he's a complete floor raiser when it comes to the Philadelphia 76ers.
Dude, that's gonna be a miracle if he plays 70 games.
Yeah, I mean, I'm saying that's what I'm saying. Like, I mean, it's good to see him back tonight. Again, I'm as a Knicks fan, I got no love lost for the 76ers, but
No.
it's good to see. I at least want them because as a Knicks fan, when we beat up on Philadelphia, I don't want to hear, oh, we would have beat you if your head and B was healthy. Okay, look, understand this, NBA fans. That if somebody was healthy excuse, it doesn't work. Because guess what? Time waits for no man. Nobody waits for you to get injured. I mean, to be healthy. When the finals when the first round gets here, if you're not healthy, guess what? There's no if, would have, could have, should have. Your job is to get to the final, get to the first week of April, the middle week of April, healthy. If you're not, you gotta accept the results. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I mean, I haven't heard one Celtics fan from 2023 or whenever they won, or 24 say, go on the show and say, yeah, there's an asterisk by our title because every team we faced in the playoffs was decimated with injuries. No, they would just like, hey, we won, next man up. Sorry about it. So yeah, no excuses really. Like you all have the same grind. That's a part of the game. You construct rosters specifically to kind of deal with that. But yeah, it's on. Hey, last year's finals I thought were great. I mean, Halliburton getting injured was whatever, but that was still a fantastic finals. I think it, came out the way everyone thought. But Dakota says Nuggets or Knicks in 6. I agree, man. I think it is going to be. That's a great finals pick, honestly. And I think that could go 6 games, but we'll see. I definitely think Nuggets are coming out of the West. I mean, if that's all your boy needed for all these years. Is just he already won a title with nobody. But I mean, if they improved their roster, they added a few guys. We'll see how healthy they are. They got rid of some bad contracts from like MPJ, and we'll see how they do now. You know, Westbrook, no, but we'll see. We'll see. Knicks in 6. I think that the East is wide open. I think dark horse is probably going to be like we talked about is probably going to be Orlando. And I don't know if they're even considered a dark horse right now because you have so many injuries, right? Boston, no Tatum, right? We don't know what Cleveland's gonna look like, health wise or whatever. That they'll be favored, but same thing with Halliburton. I think that the Pacers, even if they would have won the championship, I don't think they'd be favored to come out of the East, right? I mean, I think Orlando. I think it's up for the taking. I like Orlando and the Knicks to come out though, but again, it's all about health. So we'll see. Um, but yeah, if you guys have any like hot takes about the season, like let me know. But that's gonna be fantastic. And like I said, there's a lot of bad takes out there. I planned on maybe like hopefully we'll see what Armani Viss is up to tomorrow, and we can collaborate because this man is out here. If you haven't like seen his channel, go check it out. It's Armani Vis, VIS. Okay, 2 words, and he basically does a fantastic job of basically identifying and taking out um bad arguments, bad takes, takes that are just factually incorrect, made by some of the bigger streamers, right? Or some of the little like he identifies them, plays them back, debunks them, which is something I love to do. You know this, and all this stuff. So hopefully we can collab with him in the future. King Speech Rose says hot takes like yes, like the Lakers not making the playoffs. I think that is a hot take. I think Lakers will be like a 6 seed. Okay, I think that LeBron's already showing he's not interested in playing 60 plus games. I think Luka's going to be better though. I do think they have a slightly better roster. I mean, but we'll see. We'll see how Aiton like where his heart is. Um, can Aiton be what was it? Like 2020 2023 or 2022 Aiton? We'll see. Um, but I think it's the West is wide open. Do I mean you don't? I think there's a lot of teams that are improved. I think that OKC is still a favorite, but you have Houston, you have Golden State, you have sure. I mean, I think the Spurs are going to be 15, 16, 20 wins better this year, and so we're going to see. I wouldn't be surprised at that, but it should be great. The season kicks off in what about a week officially, so that's going to be fantastic. Can't wait for that. Um, and yeah, so I mean, what do you guys think about um our picks? Okay, our picks. Like I said, I have it to be Nuggets, Knicks. Okay, and I like the Knicks. Or I'm sorry, I like Nuggets and I'm gonna say Nuggets in 5. Okay, no disrespect to King's Speech, obviously, but that's just my take on it here. And so also as yeah, Sunday we're gonna do our NBA draft. Okay, fantasy wise. So we'll probably be streaming that, get that going, find an exact what time. Probably try to do a show before that, and so we can. I'll probably take some of the worst takes we've seen out of the week. Okay, and try to debunk a few of those before we lead up into our fantasy basketball draft. And hey, there's a lot to go around. From FYF Lamont getting his book exposed as uh, pretty much wholly and factual in a lot of regards by your boy Armani, and maybe generated by ChatGPT. So all of that. Knicks own the Nuggets. Hey, do they own this iteration of the Nuggets though? King's Speech, do they? We'll see, right? We'll see what happens there. I mean, it's anyone's ball game, right? Um, Also, I mean, I don't know if this is a surprise, guys, but what do you think about LeBron missing the first 2 weeks of the season, pretty much, maybe more, due to some sort of injury? We'll see, though. I mean, can't really say I'm surprised, but how do you think the Lakers? I mean, and is this a stain to his legacy if the Lakers come out without him? And hey, what do what do they go like? Maybe 10-5, maybe 12 more, something great, right? They're leading the division. They're playing great ball. Does he even start when he comes back? You know, do they want to mess up the chemistry? We saw this in a couple of seasons with the Lakers and things like that, but we'll see what happens. Um, let's see here. Now, also a bit of NFL news. NFL team, I think, just switch the page. There have been kind of a lot of I don't want to say early season surprises, right? Like who? I mean, obviously, I predicted the Bucks to be good. I thought they were good yesterday or last year. I thought they were going to be great this year. Haven't been disappointed. Obviously, they're battling injuries. I think Mayfield is the front runner for MVP. That might be a hot take. If you don't think it's Baker, make your argument for someone else. Who is it? I think he's better than Josh Allen. I think he's. I don't see. There's not a transcendent running back. There's not a transcendent receiver right now, right, carrying their team. Um, hey Dakota, yes, but the Packers are still in driver's seat, right, in that division. I mean, I don't think the Lions look pretty good, but that's going to be a great game when they face off again. Um, but I think the Packers play down to the competition sometimes. But I still think they have some upside as long as if Josh Jacobs can continue to produce, Jordan Love, just calms down a little bit. I think they'll be fine. That division, I mean, yeah, the Bears have won 3 in a row, but I think that's kind of a smokescreen. I mean, they definitely did not deserve to be the Commanders. 100% no. But we'll see what happens with that. But yeah, I mean, hey, my Patriots making some noise. They're in first place technically. Micah Parsons. Yeah, hey, it's only a matter of time. He's too good of a talent not to have an impact on that defense consistently once you stop limiting his snap count, right? We'll see what happens there. But hey, their defense is already good. He'll, make them great. They'll settle down. I mean, hey, right now it's looking like I think the Rams are being slept on. I think the Seahawks look phenomenal. I think they will win that division because I think the Niners are too injured to kind of persist in their winning ways. I mean, once they face a good team, they'll get figured out. But yeah, Chiefs are vulnerable. They look better though. We'll see if they can come from behind and kind of overtake the Chargers because the rest of that division is trash. We'll see if the Chargers' early season success was just Chargers being Chargers and kind of folding. But yeah, I think it's it might be an early front runner for MVP. I mean, sure you got Mahomes, whatever, but I still think it's Mayfield, and we'll see about that. Depends. I think they have a big game coming up here against the Lions on Monday night. That's going to tell us a lot about both teams, actually, right? Specifically the quarterbacks. They're relatively healthy. If if Mike Evans can come back, maybe Mbuka, who knows? I think that'll be a great shootout for fantasy purposes. Hopefully, we'll see. We'll see where the teams are at. And right now, I think the league is wide open. Right, I can't call a Super Bowl favorite right now. I thought Cincy beat the Steelers last night. That was crazy. I thought the Steelers were going to roll all over them, but they couldn't stop any. They couldn't stop Joe Flacco. He picked that defense apart. Congrats to him, man. That was fantastic. Like you had a record day from Jamar Chase catching like 17 passes, something ridiculous. And I know fantasy owners were happy about that. But yeah, this has been a great season so far. Lots of unexpected twists and turns. It's not the usual suspects out in front leading. You've got a lot of fresh faces out there, or fresh teams rather, that are leading the driver's seat. Shout out to the real Siberius. What's up, man? Discussing some NBA and NFL. We give our predictions for the NFL season or NBA season rather coming up, and we're talking about we're at the quarterway point right through the NFL season, and I was just remarking how there's been some surprises, right? Like, I mean, hey, who thought that maybe Rico Dowdle might be, I mean, obviously just 2 fantastic games, but I mean, people have been trading for him. We'll see if he can keep it up. Panthers actually suddenly look good. I mean, the Texans, maybe the biggest disappointment in the NFL this year. I mean, they're trash. I mean, so the Jaguars look good. And yeah, Flacco did get the Ravens' last Super Bowl victory in 2012. Like that was ridiculous. And I mean, what's Lamar's done, right? The Falcon or the Ravens are done for all intents and purposes, unless they just turn it around immediately, which I don't really see happening. But I mean, I made a preseason prediction. I had called that it was going to be uh, Tampa Bay and the Bills. I'm not sure right now. The Bills still look okay. I'm not going to write them off, but I think the AFC is wide open. But I mean, if Tampa Bay can get healthy and play defense, I think they're scary. I think they can beat anyone. I think your boy Baker is the best NFL or the best quarterback in the league right now. Not by a mile, but I mean, he definitely looks the best to me. So we'll see. But it's a very fun season. And what are your guys' thoughts? Who do you like? Who's disappointing to you? I mean, obviously the Niners hospital gang. I mean, are they ever going to get healthy? I just want a Packers team in the Super Bowl. Hey, so Dakota, tell Aaron Rodgers not to choke his entire career, and you guys get there, right? Tell him to not choke against Mark Sand or your boy, like whoever that was, the Niners against the Niners 2 years in a row, and let Brady come into his house and son him. I would not mind seeing the Packers in the Super Bowl just because I love Tom Grossi, and I would love to hear him call a Super Bowl. That would be fantastic. Um, much love for the Packers. All right, I think that would be fun. It needs to be great content, right? It needs to have a great storyline against whoever they face. Hey, let's get a Grossi Perna Super Bowl, right? Let's get the Broncos in there. Broncos look good, um, but I don't know. I think it's going to be Tampa, but hey, it's very early. Anything can happen. Falcons look good, right? I mean, it's going to be anyone's game, anyone's division to lose, but we'll see, man. Obviously, we'll be streaming it the whole way, and as it comes close to the playoffs, we're talking about it, breaking it down every bit of the way here. Oh yeah, Packers versus Patriots. Roger Brady would have been that would have been the greatest. I mean, especially if they got there like yeah, Rogers got to let's say like 2014. That would have been incredible if you got past the Seahawks, right? That would have been insane. Or any one of those years he was MVP, right? Hell, we'll see. But yeah, that would have been fantastic. But this year's Packers, I think, are good. Good iteration. Granted, they're in maybe the best division of football, theoretically. Um, but we'll see how that shakes out. Obviously, some teams just are who we thought they were, right? The Raiders, we knew they were gonna suck. I thought Geno Smith would be a little bit better than he has been. He's been abysmal. We all thought the Saints were going to rebuild, 100%. That's what's happening. Um, obviously, I don't know if anyone expected the Titans to be this bad with the number one pick, but they have been. Jaguars look very serviceable, especially defensively. Texans can't get out of their own way. Uh, you know, Stroud has been very disappointing since his freshman year, right? But hey, we'll see. I mean, it's gonna be crazy. We'll take a look at it. It's gonna be. We'll see what happens. What up, bro? Just kind of giving my overall thoughts on how the NFL season has progressed so far. Talking about some winners and losers and like some of the surprises. What are some of your, I guess, surprises so far?
Yeah, hey, Jackson Dart. From my perspective, Jackson Dart is a pretty big surprise, and the Knicks,
Yes.
yes, and the Knicks beat the Giants beat the Eagles. So it looks like Jackson Dart is looking pretty good. I mean, was it? And then I think with Daniel Jones down in Indianapolis, I've always been high on him. I always thought he was a pretty good quarterback. Everybody thought he was the shits. It's just the Giants never protect anybody. So maybe Dart is the guy for us, and Jones is an NFL quarterback overall. But
Yeah.
the NFL season is a marathon. Everybody's panicking about the Chiefs and everything like that. It's a marathon. It's a matter of just getting to like I said, get to the tournament healthy. Get
Yeah.
to the
That's really
tournament
all that
healthy.
matters.
Yeah, because you have expanded playoffs, you got extra games, and 7 teams in each conference. Just get one of those spots and be high, get high. You know,
Yeah,
so
100%. Yeah,
yeah.
that's the key. Like you get there and like we saw that with Washington last year,
Hmm.
right? Almost
Yep.
missed the bowl. It was crazy. And then yeah, it's really just about who's around into the form, who's like who has a decency, like who's healthy. And then I mean, I hope it's the Bucks, but hey, man, I mean, it's like I said, it's still early. The NFL is super hard to predict every year. I mean, generally speaking, I mean, I'm not about to write off the Chiefs because they're in a division with the Chargers, and so
Yeah,
you know,
it's a lot of football left to play. Like
yeah,
that's the
a
end
lot
of
of
the day.
them.
It's a lot of football left to play. I mean, it's still warm outside in most places. I know I'm down here in sunny Brazil, but it's still, I mean, as far as I know, it's still warm outside in most places. You gotta realize with football, the summer
Hmm.
games, you're gonna see. Wait till we get to winter and these outdoor games. It's gonna be a whole lot, snow on the ground.
Yeah,
This is what separates men from the boy. That's what I always say. I think the average football fan, they gets too like what you see early in the season. Everybody's healthy, everybody's fresh. You don't
yep,
have, these seasons are a war of attrition. With football and basketball, these seasons are a war of attrition, and it's a matter of getting your roster to the playoffs healthy, developing, your new young players or whatever, and let's see what happens. Get to the tournament and play your best football there. So,
yes, absolutely. And I do the Giants. I think are one of the better stories this year. I mean, with especially since Dart's taking over, right?
yep.
I mean, he looks
Yeah.
good. Obviously not perfect, but I mean, it's been like you saw what was happening when he was against Philly, right? And like Russell had to take over for maybe a couple plays because of,
Mhm.
and then like the crowd was just all over. It
You know
was
what's
like
funny?
I
I
felt bad for
appreciate
Russ, but
Russ.
I was like, hey, that's where
Yeah,
we're at right now as a Giants
yeah.
fans. So
I appreciate Russ though. At the end of the day, you gotta have a good quarterback room because you never
mhm.
know. Again, your guy can be down with a concussion protocol and stuff like that or whatever, and you
Yeah,
gotta have a competent backup. Again, like I said, well, I always say, man, people think that it's just the stars. You gotta have a complete roster because
oh yeah,
it's all about injuries.
oh especially in football. Yeah, 100%. Yeah, I mean, yeah, without a
Still,
roster, it's just, I mean, it's just gonna be. But yeah, I mean, I think that Russ can be a positive influence on Dart. Um,
yeah, he's a
especially,
champion. I can't take
yeah,
that away from him. Yeah.
no, definitely champion 2 time. He went to the dance twice. And like he was, about like a lot of wars and a tough division. And so while he's not prime anymore, but yeah, I think he could be in his ear and be like, I think it shows, and I think the Giants, oh my god, they just need their pass catchers, right? And I mean, what's his name done for the season?
Yeah, neighbors.
Neighbors, yeah, it was crazy to see that, but we'll see. I just traded into my fantasy league for Rico Dowdle, so I'm really hoping he's going to be that guy again.
Yeah, I mean he was my number one pick in my fantasy league, and I had to
Mm,
I had to pick up Slayton, and then Slayton is out with a hamstring, and
love it.
you know what I mean. But I'm still in second place in that league, so
There you go. Hey, there you go. You just got to get to the dance, right?
exactly, exactly.
No, same here. So, at what time around did you say you were possibly going to get on with your boy Armani tomorrow?
Well, yeah, he's got to hit me up. I talked to him via TikTok, so I gotta
Oh,
see. Yeah, I gotta see what time he's expecting it. I'll let you know as soon as I do. I don't know if you still setting up debates and everything. I know Scott has been in my ear about
yeah.
catching in on the debate
I
thing, and
was trying to, yeah, I was trying to just kind of consolidate, like, because once Dart dipped out, like, everyone like kind of went with him. Well, not everyone, but like, there was only a few of us who were trying to, and like, he was never really reaching out to anyone either. So
hmm
I'm trying to get it to where I can. I need to do a few things with Streamyard here to get it into my
hmm
name fully, and
Gotcha.
then after that, if I want to try to rebrand the channel a little bit, I might. But I think it's in a good place. Yeah, but I just want to kind of get a regular thing going, where it's kind of free of whatever his thing is or whatever because he's gone
I got
officially
you.
now.
Got you.
But yeah, I definitely want to continue debates, 100% because I know we promised Scott or whatever. I just got to communicate with Nick, and we'll get that. But yeah, man, hit me up when you find out because I would love to talk to Armani because I've been a big fan of what he's been doing lately.
Yeah. Again, and me, I can say too with my channel, I'm kind of, because a lot of people have been critical and this, that, and the third. Look, we all got to find our voice. It's not an easy thing, man. Not an easy thing, especially running a channel by yourself.
Yeah,
It's not, and it's like you got to come up with ideas and everything every week, and you
that's the
know,
hardest part, man.
yeah,
Trying to
but
keep it fresh, right?
yeah, I mean, look, I don't set out to do 5-hour shows. They just, people keep pulling up, and
Yeah.
we just go down rabbit holes. I think they call me the rabbit hole king or whatever. you know, my thing is, again, it's funny because what I've been doing too is I've been listening to a lot of I've been going on a lot of TikTok live, right? And so TikTok
Yeah.
is crazy. Like you can just go live on there. Like you don't have to go through StreamYard. You can just go live, and you already got people that's gonna be, scrolling around looking for conversations. So you know, it's just some of the stuff that I hear, the narratives, it's just crazy, man. I mean, and look, everybody has opinion, right? Like, I mean, a lot of people think that Steve Nash is a better player than Iverson. Man, that's a great conversation, right? Because they
Yeah.
came in the same draft, right? Both of them were MVPs. One of them was a 2-time, the other was a 1-time. But Nash was a guy who, like, he's a better
I mean,
point
yeah,
guard.
it's tough saying like
Yeah, yeah.
has always been
He's a
tough,
better.
right?
Yeah, it's always been tough because they were two different. It's almost like comparing a rock singer to a, you know what I'm saying? Like it's almost two different genres of player
Yeah.
those two guys were.
No, 100%.
So it's
Like
like to
it's
say
like because
one.
they had two different games. Like I wouldn't like if you want to compare Iverson to someone like that's a scoring two guard, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And so like compare him to Kobe, compare him to Mike, compare him, but like don't compare him to someone like Steve Nash who was absolutely pass first. He wants to push you up. He wasn't always looking to
Mm-hmm.
break down a guy and get his shot first.
Mm-hmm. He
Compare
played
Nash to
within the
like
system.
Magic,
Yeah.
or
Yeah.
Jason Kidd or something. Like, but yeah, you got to compare him to like players who were similar at that position, right?
Yep.
It's just kind of crazy.
You get the Paul Pierce versus Melo debate and
Sure.
all that
Yeah.
stuff. And again, look, these are fun. It's like no one. I don't think it's necessarily a wrong take, but then you again like you get the. I think you know what happens. You get the MVP. Right. Okay. So Nash the 2-time MVP. That means he's better than Iverson. Well, I
Yeah,
mean, you got
definitely
to
not.
realize Iverson has 4 scoring title guys. He,
Yeah.
and again, like yeah, Larry is funny because he's so not a Larry Brown player, right? Especially a point guard. And Larry Brown had to say, "Look, this guy's my best player. What am I just going to do? I'm going to get another point guard like Eric Snow and move him off the ball and make him the 2 guard.
Yeah.
Eric Snow is my type of point guard, but Iverson, I cannot like I'm not going to bench an Iverson because I know what he is as a player.
hmm I think
So
Iverson, if Prime Iverson, like he obviously finals, but I think you could plug him into a lot of teams, right? And I do think he was coachable,
hmm
and I mean, you have a lot of the off the court issue or whatever in like a lot of the way he projected himself, but I think he was coachable. Now he's like in a lot of interviews with him, he's very humble. He's very quick to give credit to a lot of players and break
yeah,
down the
oh yeah.
game. I love listening to him talk, and I don't hate on Iverson. It's just like I think that I don't even think he was overrated. I just think that he played his heart out. He played with and did what he was asked to do. I think that was a great finals run out of him. It was a vicious East,
hmm hmm
and he just
That's
came up
really what
against.
they did to Iverson. You know what
Yeah,
I'm
oh,
saying?
he's a legend there, right?
Yeah, yeah.
100%.
So it's like I like to have that conversation without like disrespecting Nash because I know
Yeah,
Nash is a terrific player. But you got to
yeah,
realize they were two totally different players. So to sit there and
completely.
it's like one side, and I have to go negative with Nash because I'm like, okay, yeah, he wasn't an MVP till he played in D'Antoni's system.
Yeah,
In Dallas, he was a very good point guard, All-Star. He made 2 All-Star teams in Dallas,
yeah,
right? So he
uh-huh.
was a 16-8 guy. But now you put him in a D'Antoni, so he's like an 18 and a 12 guy, and he's winning assist titles. Well,
Yeah,
that's just due to pace and volume,
yeah,
And
no,
again,
exactly.
he was probably the perfect guard for that system. He was the perfect guard for that system, and it worked out to two MVPs, successful seasons, a couple of finals, with conference finals appearances, but that's about as far as it went. So
Definitely.
yeah,
Yeah. I mean, hey, his career stands by itself. I think he was one of those guys who came, he saw, he didn't win a ring, but your great players aren't always measured by that. We all agree with that, right? Like your rings say
exactly,
so much,
completely.
they can only tell you so much, and a lot of that is, but I think AI was a great guy, great player, phenomenal player. But it's all about what you value. And I think Magic Johnson is completely overrated. Honestly, no, bro.
Yeah,
I love
I
Magic
know.
Johnson. I go back and watch highlights of Magic like yearly, right? And
Hmm.
like some of his games, I'll go watch like random games, playoff games with him in it. Just because I think he was so fun to watch, and his style of play really just actually served to invigorate his team.
Bingo,
Because he brought
bingo.
heart, he brought energy, and a lot of times it's understated, right? Like
Hmm.
if your leader, if your captain is just down on dumps, resigned to the loss, or is bored, right? Hey, I got paid. You guys can do whatever you want. I'm not going to go 100% every night. That was not Magic Johnson,
Hmm.
and I think
Hmm.
that was a hugely underrated part of his game and persona. You
Yep.
know, So, and it rubbed off all his
Yeah.
players, even to this day. When you interview Scott, when you interview Cooper and Worthy, they'll say that Kareem. You know, it just once in a generational type player, obviously, right? That's why he's easily a top 5 to 10 player, 100%.
Yeah. I mean, he's the ultimate NBA quarterback. Think about it. He's the ultimate NBA quarterback. Like offenses can invigorate just by having a Magic out there who knows where everybody is, who knows everybody's game. See, that's why I like to say, like, when it comes down to people, one thing that is one narrative that me and you go back and forth on is actually thinking it's a bad thing that Magic played with so much help, because to me, when you look at it in his career, he optimized the help. Like he
Yeah.
made everybody, he truly made everybody better players. So it's
Mm-hmm.
like his job was to elevate a Worthy to win that. You know what I mean? Like if
Mm-hmm.
Worthy's a hot guy, a point guard has to put the ball where the hot guy is. The hot, pause the the hot player. You know what I'm saying? You gotta keep feeding the beast. That's
Yeah.
the thing about basketball. Feed. That's what I say about with the Kobe situation. And I got on the TikTok. Oh my God, this guy, one guy, and who says, and again, I know the Kobe narrative. He had Shaq.
Oh
He had
God,
Shaq,
I
and
hate
Shaq
that
was the
character.
most dominant for. So I tried to ask the guy. I said, listen, you're Kobe in 2002. It was 2002. They played the Nets. You're going up against the Nets. You see that Shaq, there's nobody in the Nets front court that can even have a hope of stopping him. They're probably gonna have to put three guys on there and just try to hack him or whatever. Or physically, I don't know what.
Yeah.
What do you do? Do you feed the beast, or do you sit there and say you let your pride take over and say, hey, you know what? Let me try to put my numbers up so I can compete for the. No, Kobe was just gonna feed the beast. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So
100%.
it's just like to take away from Kobe for not winning. Like if the big man got the matchup in the finals, you feed him. Now the matchup when they played the Spurs, Kobe was the guy with the main advantage.
Mm-hmm.
Shaq had his hands full with Admiral, the combination of Admiral
Admiral and
Duncan.
Prime Duncan.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
I
dude,
mean, look
Shaq
at
had to
it.
fight. Yeah, and then Kobe. We saw that, right? What
Mm-hmm.
was Shaq was still going like for 27 and 13 versus like two of the best defenders in NBA history, right? And then you had Kobe out there doing exactly what was needed. He was lighting up Mario Elie, Bruce Mullen, like all these guys. They couldn't check
Yes.
him.
Yes, and
And
this is 22, 21, 23-year-old Kobe.
yeah,
So it's like the idea, I think it's like if LeBron had a Shaq, right? Wouldn't LeBron
Yeah.
have done the same thing? Feed the beast. Don't stop worrying about your numbers and just feed the beast and get out of there with that with the Larry O'Brien. You
No,
know,
exactly.
just yeah. That was
And
the thing
I
I
mean
was
I
trying
don't hear
to.
anyone like does anyone like I don't hear anyone say like when they talk about Shaq and Kobe or Magic and Kareem, right? I don't hear anyone say, well, maybe besides us, like no one's out there saying, oh hey, no one's saying, oh hey, what about AD in 2020? Like he led the Lakers in every single stat except for assists. Like, does that mean he was way better than LeBron that year? Or like they don't say,
Mhm.
hey, he had the most help in the NBA history. They don't say that, right?
Nope.
And I mean, AD was phenomenal that year. I think he was. I don't know if Rob framed people. He should have been top 2 or 3. He was insane,
Yeah,
and
yeah, yeah, yeah. And I mean, it's like then they go back, and that's what I'm saying. It's like, well, I think that's what it is. Trying when you have 2 all-time greats on the team, and that's gonna happen, right? You're gonna have a
mhm,
Shaq and a Kobe. You're gonna have a Kareem and a Magic at the points where they were still in their prime, right? You're gonna have a, whatever it is. You go out and win. And again, it's
yeah,
not. It's one thing, right? That's the point I was trying to make to these guys too. It's not as simple as because here's the thing: take D Fish out, take Ori out.
mhm,
They might not win. See, it wasn't like
yeah,
oh, it was Shaq and Kobe and a bunch of scrub. No, you needed the championship recipe.
yeah,
It's not just cut and dry. Just get the best 2 players in the league and they're just going to win. No, no, no. You got to,
no,
you had Sacramento coming up on you.
you got to have a roster. Yeah,
But you had Dirk and Young Nash a couple of those years to deal with it too, right? You had
yeah,
Dirk and Nash before we were just talking about Nash, right? So Dirk had Nash and what was it Eric Dampier and I don't know, whatever the rest of the supporting cast. Like you could get beat by one of these teams, right? Because in Minnesota wasn't get Doc first round draft pick. They still had Kevin Garnett. 04, you get Garnett, Sprewell, and Cassell on the same team. Garnett wins an MVP that year. You got to deal with that, you know?
mhm.
So take one element out of a championship team beyond the best 2 players, you might not win the championship, you know?
Yeah, no, absolutely. I mean, it takes it. We saw that this year, right? You see it almost every year. I can't even recall a year where you didn't have role players stepping up big for the
Mm-hmm.
title contender and title winner,
Mm-hmm.
right? Like you had that every year. I mean,
Yep.
otherwise it would have been the reverse. Like
Yeah,
people are
you got a
injured.
Neesmith who did what he did to the Knicks for them to steal
Yeah,
that game 1, playing great defense. You got, Derek White right now. Derek White is looking at it, I think Derek White makes the All-Star team this year. That's
he
another one
might.
of my hot takes, right?
That's a very
Derek
hot
White ain't
take.
gonna run a lot, but already Jaylen Brown is pulling on the hamstring, and I think Boston will be more competitive than people realize. I think they can throw out a lot of different type of lineups and
Hmm.
was with Missoula and all them. They wasn't all just. See what I'm saying?
Well, I already
That's
think Jalen Brown is a top 5 player of all time.
yeah.
So
You look. I thought he was. I thought he was the Knicks T Mac when he. I know because he went to California right that one year. He's
yeah,
a smart guy. I thought he was. I thought he had T Mac level talent. Obviously the ball handling.
blasphemous.
No, I actually did think that. I actually did think that.
Team back level 2. Hey, Brown though, obviously, I think he's a fantastic defender too. Um,
Mhm.
but no, you're right. And one thing I will say this about Magic Johnson. I know I bullshit up on Magic a lot, but Magic, you said this before. Obviously, I think the greatest Swiss Army knife in history was Magic Johnson. Uh,
Yep.
arguably Larry Bird, but Magic Johnson maybe a little bit more so because of the fact that he could be the best scorer in the league on one night. He was generally the best passer in the league right now. He could be your team's best rebounder, and he did that. He plugged any hole on that team. That team without Magic, I'm not gonna say they wouldn't, especially if everyone was healthy, they had Scott Worthy, all these players, and maybe so depending who replaced Magic, maybe they win. But there's no way they win 5 titles and like
No. Yeah.
nine final. No, there's no
Yeah.
way. There's no way because Magic
Yeah.
was just what he did well. He did transcendently well, and
Yeah.
the best of all time.
Yeah.
And so
And you,
with
you
that,
know what? You never had the narrative of this guy didn't do his job, that guy did. No, because Magic knew what the Magic made sure. Magic by example. Same thing with Magic and Michael. Magic by example made sure everybody did their job. He just like made sure everybody was touching the rock. Everybody felt involved in the offense. Michael, by practice leadership and all that, he made sure everybody did their job. And I think when it comes down to that GOAT narrative,
Yeah.
you have one guy. I'm not going to name his name. Well, the role players weren't good enough. Well, this guy, look.
That's one thing I
LeBron.
hate about LeBron is like I think
Mhm.
he has thrown players under the bus. He consistently deflects from himself.
Bingo,
Especially
bingo,
in big moments. You know, it's
bingo.
never his fault or he was injured. You never hear him say like someone like Mike or Kobe or all these other greats like Magic
Hmm.
Johnson. He never comes up and says, "Hey, that's on me. I need to do better. I fucked up here. It's me.
Yeah,
The guys take on my lead. I'm gonna do better. We will." It's always just, "Hey, I was injured. Oh, hey, I didn't miss that last shot."
you
It's
know,
just it's pathetic a lot of times.
you know, Shout out to my co-host JB because he reminded me in the conversation the other day we had. Yeah. The most underrated part of Showtime. Two
Not
guys.
really.
AC Green, the Iron Man, and Coop.
Oh, Coop, 100%. Yeah.
Coop, guy coming up because was a 6 man that won. That
Coop
won.
might be a top 15 defender of all time.
Mm-hmm. And one Depot as a 6 man. And then
Yeah.
you got AC Green, the Iron Man. See, again, these are guys that were able to come in their role, you know, and contribute again. And Magic is just gonna so it's like, you know what? Magic should never apologize for the amount of talent that the Lakers were able to accumulate because he
No.
made sure that everybody got their share, that everybody did their job just by the ball distribution. And I love guys like Magic because guess what? Like you said, he can go out there and get 40 if needed. He did it in his rookie
Yeah.
year, right?
Yeah.
He
Hmm.
can also dominate a game taking 4 or 5 shots. Remember the famous game 1 where he supposedly was doing Mike up. He took 5 shots in that game. He was 4 for 5. He took 5 field goals. You understand what
Yeah.
I'm saying? Like,
Oh, no, 100%.
yeah, a
It's
player
just,
could get because that's the other thing that burns me, man. When they start counting shots. Well, this guy took.
yeah.
When I go James Kingdom and I remind them that LeBron took 33 shots a game in the finals, right? Well, because he was missing 2 starters. Okay, well, Kyrie took 16 and Kevin
Hey,
Love took
I thought it was always next man up. Like, you never hear them give
exactly.
excuses for anyone else.
Exactly. Kevin Love took 12 shots a game. He took 10 shots a game in the playoffs. Why did
Yeah.
LeBron take 15 more shots?
Yeah, you
And he
think
took,
LeBron needs it? Like, he was just
yeah.
playing hero ball.
And even if you go out for the playoff average, he took 28 shots a game for the entire playoff, 33 in the finals. So just because Love was out, you had to take 10 more shots. Why wouldn't
Interesting fact, LeBron James has the most turnovers for the top 2 most turnovers for any 2 series, right? He has record. He's first and second, 40 versus the Celtics in 2018, and 37 versus the Celtics in 2008.
Wow. Wow. And I
Yeah,
mean, and that's the thing. It's like, see my thing. When you make shot taking and turnovers a sin, because that's part of the game, right? Taking a
yeah,
shot, as I say, the best player takes the most shots. Now, again, when you're quoted as saying taking 30, because I remember Rudy Gay took 34. It was like a couple of guys took 34 shots and they got high scoring games. And he goes, I can't imagine that taking that many shots. And then you go and do it in the finals. Well, yeah, because guess what? Rudy Gay didn't have the set amount of teammates you had. He didn't have a Kyrie Irving on his team. He didn't have
Rudy Gay played with prime Michael Jordan. What are you talking about?
oh, did he? Wow.
Yeah,
I mean, those little narratives, Bert. I think spur my get. I always say, just go out there and play your game. Because again, there's many ways. Just in the game, that's what I love about basketball. Even though everybody's shooting threes now, playing the 3-and-D style, there are
yeah,
many ways to skin a cat. They're post-up
yes.
games. They're still
Jokic shows
post-up
that.
players. Yep. Yeah. Yeah.
And I
Yeah.
mean, I would say, the balanced teams are going to win, right? Like the Thunder were incredibly balanced last year. Good inside game. But we'll see. It's going to be a fun season. But gonna try to get out of here and go pay attention to some of my guests here. But Ro, for sure, hit me up with that info if it's
I got you.
because I want to talk to this man and give him his flowers for sure. And then we'll see. I'll at the very latest, I will see you on Sunday. But you guys have heard it here. Here are our predictions. We gave a little bit rundown on the NFL, what we talked about, and we're looking for the NBA season. Obviously, catch Row and all them on a Nintendo's own podcast, his own namesake there. Go Cast Hoops. Everything like Row's all over the place, doing the Lord's work. And we will see you guys again this weekend. Should be some fun content, and stay safe out there.
All right. Peace out.
All right, man. We'll talk to you.